Hold on. Nope. All right. You ready? I might have got something. Oh,
6 minutes opening up, right?
yes, sir.
6 minutes.
Let's get it.
Six
Let
minutes.
me know when first person speak. That's when the time start.
Visa, are you ready? Because it's on you.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Whenever you
I'll
start
let you.
talking,
I'll let you know what
the
60
time will
seconds
start ticking.
is. Uh, so you got a minute to either wrap it up or do whatever you're gonna do, so you don't be rushed. 10 seconds or 5 seconds
How
left.
many
So
minutes is the
give
first
six,
round again?
You
8 minutes
have
first
six
round.
minutes.
Okay.
You have 6 minutes for your opening statement. You have 8 minutes for your first round. You have 8 minutes for your second round. You will have 6 minutes to rebuttal in each round. All right? Okay. Let's go. Whenever you start talking, the time will start ticking.
Okay, I'm ready. The gospel of Barnabas in itself is a true gospel, but this would not be something that would be known to um, conventional thought or theologians. When we Google it, it is going to come up to say that this is a false gospel that is going to be written in the approximately the 11th or the 12th century. By there's an Italian manuscript, there's a Spanish manuscript, and there's an Aramaic or Syriac manuscript that is going to date it to be something to be far older. The gospels that we currently have inside of the canonical Bible, which were going to be Matthew, Mark, John, and Luke, these are going to be in they were taken into Babylon, they are going to speak Aramaic. This is why we'll see that there's a Jerusalem Talmud, and this Talmud is going to be written in Aramaic. The common tongue of the people would be Aramaic. None of the prophets of God knew how to write things, or rather, when Moses is given the tablets, Moses is not going to write this. And when Jesus is going to speak, Jesus does not know how to read nor write. He is going to commission his disciple to write after the 3 years of his ministry. Barnabas is one of the disciples, however, he is not listed. What happens is after the crucifixion, when Judas is going to be taken into the cross, Jesus is going to see his mother weeping and come down. When Jesus comes down with the angels, he is going to tell Barnabas to write down his story. After Barnabas writes down his story, the true disciples of Jesus were being persecuted. They are going to go into a cave and go to sleep for 309 years. This is the story of the seven sleepers. Inside of the Quran, we have a story called the sleepers of the cave. In Catholic traditions, as well as Eastern Christian traditions, there's a story of seven sleepers in a cave that were in a cave for 309 years or 370 something years in the seven sleepers of Ephesus. It is a story about early Christians, and they were followers of Jesus, and they are correcting the people about a cross and believing in the last day. This is a story of the seven saints. This is accepted within early Christian theology. People do not know where these Dead Sea Scrolls come from, nor do they know where the Gospel of Barnabas comes from. The Gospel of Barnabas actually was found in one of the Cuban caves. Being that Israel is going to occupy Palestine, the Jews in Israel are going to be in charge of all of the information. The Dead Sea Scrolls is the original Torah. Gospel of Barnabas was written by Barnabas, but the Dead Sea Scrolls are going to come from the disciples as well of Jesus. This is information that you all would not be privy to. And also, being that the Dead Sea Scrolls are found in 1947, there would not be anyone to corroborate this story until 2012, where they started to actually translate these works. We are in a new era. So there has not been a body of scholarly individuals to assess this to see if this is from God. They are comparing it with the books that we already have in assumption that these books are accurate. So if the Dead Sea Scrolls and the Gospel of Barnabas are the accurate ones, and the Gospels that we have in the Torah that we have today are the inaccurate ones, that means that anyone that is comparing it is going to be incorrect. To find if a doctrine is correct, we must compare it to Moses, because we are telling him to follow the law and to keep the law of Moses. And because Jesus is going to ask for permission from every single miracle, and all miracles are going to be encompassed within one book by one author instead of four different authors telling various
60
variations of
seconds.
the same
60
story.
seconds.
Barnabas is going to give a first person account as opposed to a third person account, making this a primary source. We have a man that says I, we have a man that walked with Jesus when none of these other people are going to walk with Jesus. And all of these words are going to be able to prove the synoptic problem, which is where they don't understand why these gospels are going to copy themselves. Gospel of Barnabas is the first gospel, the only gospel, and is the needed gospel. Thank you.
About 25 seconds. All right.
All right. Thank you, Visa, for your first opening statement.
All right,
What's
kids.
up?
I thought Visa was gonna come in here playing. All right, he woke. He woke tonight. All right.
Yeah, he woke and he over there talking cash money on his other panel. I see
No,
you,
I'm not
Visa.
catching
Yeah.
cash money. I'm trying to behave myself. I believe that this is a
I'm
great
so
test
proud
for
of
me with
you.
your rules because I am a little unruly. That's why I'm trying to keep my shit
All
together,
right,
keep my things
Visa.
together. I apologize
That's
for the
what's
Okay.
up.
language.
That's what's up.
I
Use
got you.
use the mute button to your advantage. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. Capone, you ready? Cause
I'm finna share my screen.
all right. Whenever you start talking, it's going.
Okay. Okay. First of all praise to the Most High, Higher, Baishim Yeshaya, Waka Kadash. Today we're gonna be going through Is the Gospel of Barnabas a Genuine Gospel by me, GDN Capone. Right. Let me zoom in a little bit. My introduction. Shalom, everyone. If you was here for my opening, I picked that song for a reason. There has been a major deception going on, mainly with African Americans who have been converted to Islam. One major tactic that the Muslims used is the known Gospel of Barnabas. Today, I will prove within my presentation that the Gospel of Barnabas is fraudulent in its nature. Its fraudulent nature, its origin and existence, altogether proving that the Gospel of Barnabas is not a genuine doctrine. Okay, let's go over here, right? So here's a quote from the Gospel in chapter 96 Barnabas put these words in Jesus' mouth, and it says, Truly, I am not the Messiah, for he was created before me and is coming after me, right? So that's going to make sense as we go on. Bam, let's move it, pass it over to Loaded Lux here.
Grown man boss is something you got to deal with, right? So all of that collaborated, fabricated, it ain't going to equal up to this real shit. Check it out.
Okay. Now, Lux said, boss, I use precepts, right? So here we have Mark. Oh, what just happened? Okay, right here. Damn. Oh, yeah. Pause my time. Let me get it situated. Screen jumping around. I gonna have to do it like this. So yeah, he used bars. I use precepts. So Mark 1:1. Mark 1:1 says the beginning of the gospel of Jesus Christ, the Son of God. Right. So it's not the gospel of Barnabas. It's the gospel of Christ. Right. Mark 13:10 says the gospel must first be published among all nations. Another precept, 2 Corinthians 11:3-4 says, but I fear lest by any means that the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so would your minds be corrupted from the simplicity that's in Christ. For if he cometh preaching another Jesus, whom ye have not heard, whom ye have not preached, or if you receive another spirit, which ye have not received, or another gospel which you have not accepted, you might bear with them. Now that's gonna make sense with this next precept. Galatians 1:7-9 says, which is another, but there be some that trouble you and will pervert you from the gospel of Christ. But though we or an angel from heaven preach any other gospel unto you that which we have preached unto you, Slakia. But though we or an angel from heaven preach any other gospel unto you that which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed. And it says, and as we said before, so I say now, again, if any man preach any other gospel unto you, then that ye have received, let him be accursed. So to do this, we have to examine the gospel of Barnabas. So my examining methods would be a scientific investigation, which is the 5 W's: who, what, when, where, and how, when, where, and why. Number 2, I will be using the internal and the external evidence. Internal evidence are the data and information within the text. The external evidence is the data outside the text and with contemporary. The data outside the text, which use contemporary texts that mention it. Thirdly, I'll be using scholarly criticism, quotes, commentaries, and assertions from scholars. Okay, I think that's it for my intro. So yeah, so with that, we're gonna prove that the gospel of Barnabas is not genuine. It never has been, never will be. This has been a major deception amongst our people, and they only use this to take us from Christ, right? Also, yeah, I think I touched everything.
60 seconds.
But yeah,
60 seconds. 60 seconds.
Yeah. So Paul there in his epistle, the precept that I brought out, he stated if they come speaking any other gospel. So what is this gospel of Barnabas? The gospel is the gospel of Christ. The gospel is one gospel and is told in 4 different accounts: Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. So let me come off the share screen. I need to get more contact.
Okay, are you yielding your time?
Yeah, I yield.
Cool beans.
Okay.
Was y'all able to see everything?
Yeah, I saw it.
For the most part, yeah, it was there. It was there. All right, let's go ahead and move forward to the first round. These are the first round of this debate is on you. You got 8 minutes, sir. Let's go.
Okay, so within our understanding, let's get some groundwork to understand what a precept is. Being that a precept is only going to come from a prophet, a precept cannot just be a word that we believe to be anecdotal. This would make it a proverb. A proverb would be a short, wise